Hey there, welcome to my studio. So I'm going to be painting a sunset scene in today's video, and I'm going to start with just some bright yellow. And I'm not going to worry about the horizon line. It's going to be a sunset over an ocean. And I'm going to focus on some of the brightest areas where the sun is going to be. So I'm going to forget about really everything until I feel like I'm happy with kind of the ambiance of the sun. I'm going to take a little bit of the white, a little bit of the red. If you notice that I don't have orange, no cad orange in this painting, I'm just going to focus on using some of the colors around that. So I've got the cad yellow, lemon, the regular cad yellow deep, and then I've got the red here. And I'm going to use this white to make sure I'm lifting these colors up a little bit. Just a touch of the cobalt blue. So this is going to be thin as well. And that burnt sienna, that's pretty much dried on the panel underneath. That's, showing through. It's helping me get and keep everything nice and warm. A little bit of pink in there now, just a touch of magenta. So again, it's important to just focus on these delicate colors first, these bright, warm oranges, yellows. So I've got a dried makeup sponge with some burnt sienna on top of that. I know I'm going to have a cloud right here, so I can just kind of erase what I think I might want. Just some simple marks here. Now that I have some of these yellows established, I think I can start to poke at some of these clouds, and that'll help me judge what I have, and then I can kind of move from there. So to do that, I don't want to start with the darkest area of these clouds up here. I'm going to start with something that's a bit less aggressive. Take this red, just a hint of the cobalt blue. It's too powerful. The white to neutralize that off. Okay, so that's not bad to start. Grab some of the magenta and the phthalo blue. Go to the opposite end. Work the clouds from the other side back towards what I have and kind of blend it into some of these colors. Add some more red to that. Okay, that's pretty good for now. I'm gonna just go back to this brighter yellow and keep working that in the underside of this cloud here. It's always a pull and tug. Yellow, a little bit of cloud, a little bit of the shadow, then I'll go back to the yellow. Just keep working this. And again, I won't get to the water until I feel more confident with the sky. Then I'll figure out where that needs to be. Just walking this brush around the edge, softening up some of the edges, trying to create just some sporadic textures. It's always a good thing for the edges of these clouds. And some red, yellow and white. So this is quite a bit more vibrant. I'm going to pick up a clean one so that I don't destroy this yellow, because I'm going to pick up some yellow, some white, so I actually like this brush a little bit because it's more frayed, but these brushes fray nicely and they create a good blending brush. With kind of a nice sharp angle to it, because those round brushes are great, but when I'm trying to be delicate with some specific shapes, having that nice flat edge on top can kind of benefit the blends and the crispness detail that you're trying to bring out. Just good for right in this transition area. Pick up the yellow deep. Look at that. Just get rid of that whole cloud right there and just kind of open it up. Because I kept that thin, remember, allows me to do so. Maybe some cobalt blue and white. That's better. And as that blends into some of these reds, it might start to dampen down. It'll look a bit dirty, but that can be fixed. So I won't take this color too far down into some of these warmer reds. just far enough to get a good start and a good feel for it. Then I can make that adjustment and change in a bit here. I think I'm getting close to wanting to add the horizon. I might go back into the upper part of the sky though. And just work on some of that. That just kind of helps tie in this upper part with the lower part. Okay, that is looking pretty darn good for a start here. I might be able to get away with some darker shadows, just a touch darker than what I have. So the first thing that I want to do is get some sort of horizon line established, and I don't want to just jump right into it. I want to know where that's going to be, and I'm going to use a color that's not too intrusive, something that's subtle, similar in the way that I kind of went about the sky. I want to take this in steps. White to that. Touch of yellow, more blue. Okay, now just want to get coverage. I'm going to keep it thin, and then I'll begin to add some of the texture, the highlights over the top. So not worried about anything other than getting coverage. It's a complex area, this part of the painting. All these little waves that I want to depict. So we're not going to be focusing on those specifics because they're kind of too complicated to do that. So we're going to focus on the broad areas first. Just what color generally can we use, and then take it from there. Just getting coverage. So right beneath the sun, what I'm going to do is just pick up some white, red, and some of that yellow deep. So I think I can just play into this right here. We don't want it to be totally black. So some blue and red together, mixed with a little bit of this. Just keep it nice and light. these dark areas first. This is really just to get me started, and I can make changes from there as I get into it. So it's going to be a tedious process. But try to just enjoy it, take my time. So if the sun's going to be about right there, I'm going to make a mark right there, and then above that, right there, and then right there, and right there, just so I know where those reflections are going to sit. Get some more pink out of that, I think. So, again, no wrong brush strokes at this point, just following kind of just the structure is enough. The rest can just kind of be up to you. And I'll just stick with this highlight, and we'll just continue thinking about some of these highlights up past where I left off with the shadows, and then we'll switch back to the shadows and go after more of those. And so way up high in the sky, it's got a little more warmth, and then I just need some texture. I don't need anything specific. I just need the texture that seems to represent the waves in the distance, and that will make sense once I fill it in. So I'm starting to thicken up how much paint I load on the brush. Thicken up the paint layer. I'm going to take the white, add the yellow deep, and we're just tapping on some thicker paint right in the brightest of highlights. And I think this is kind of the last stage. So we're going to audit these shadows. We're going to add more. And we want to try and leave these highlights, so we're trying to go around them. Doing my best. That easy. I know it's not easy, but a lot of it is mental, so just tell yourself that. Keep moving. And if it doesn't turn out, it's a good lesson learned. Grab that yellow deep, and I'm going to try to get away with just adding a line of this right below the sun. Grabbing some of that lighter color over here, and I'm going to break apart a couple clouds, a couple spots in this big one at least. I'm going to take some white, add a touch of the yellow lemon, and I'm going to wipe off the excess and kind of just brush out what I just laid down. We're going to just brighten up this area one last time. Grab the white. Alright, let's go for the big moment here that we've all been waiting for. Right up here. Add that sun. Now I can work on that, try to smooth that out, but and so with that, I hope you enjoyed this painting. Thank you for joining. Remember that if you want the full-length version of this painting, step-by-step with the reference photo, check out my memberships, either my Patreon or my YouTube memberships down below in the description. We'll see you next time.